All right, I had some things on my mind I wanted to talk about today. Hold on, I know it's gonna be shaky for a second because I'm steering my car and doing this at the same time and trying to pull through these cars here without hitting somebody and getting a massive fine. I think I can do it. Well, I think I can do it. Yep, I did it. Good. That would have sucked if I'd not done it. But no, what's on my mind is friends who give disingenuous comments. That's something that I've noticed a lot lately. For example, if someone will kind of give you a comment like, what did I hear recently that made me go, for example, they'll say, oh, I love how low quality your videos are. It's so cute. It's so unprofessional. The production quality is so unprofessional. Yeah, okay. All right, the production quality. Okay, first of all, I'm one guy on a cell phone, so I'm not exactly too sure what kind of production quality you're talking about, and you know who you are. If you're watching this right now, I know what you're doing. Where the camera? I know what you're doing. Look there. I know what you're doing. Well, so stop it, or I will just not talk to you anymore. All right, cool. So anyway, yeah, things like that. You have to be careful with people like that because they will do things to kind of take the air out of your balloon, so to speak. If you're doing something that maybe you're working really hard to accomplish a particular goal, they'll say little comments that'll kind of like they'll say little comments to kind of like degrade the value you have personally in those thingies, whatever you're doing. I think the pickup artist community likes to call it negging. So for example, if you have a pretty girl, what you do is you go like, oh yeah, your hair, yeah, it's kind of cute. I've seen another girl with that. She looked good. And for example, so it's like you're taking the value away from whatever that person had in that quality of theirs. You know what I mean? So you're bringing them down a level. And then what the thought of it is that they will then seek your approval by going, oh well, is this okay? Is this better? Do you like that better? Is this more appropriate? Well, who cares? So if you find somebody that's giving you a compliment, but you're like, oh, I don't know, okay, well, I guess that's nice, then you gotta give it a second thought, because it might not actually be from a place of genuinity, if that's the word. Genuineness. Of being genuine, or genuine kindness anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember my mother one time, when I bought my first car ever. It was my birthday present, and it was a Mustang, right? And well, at this point in time, my mother was like, she was pretty in pretty bad shape financially, so let's just say she couldn't really afford a great deal. But I had just bought a car, so I was gonna pick her up and take her out to lunch. I hadn't spoken to her in a while because of a lot of reasons, and I can talk about that later, but it really exceeds the realm and scope of this particular video. So yeah, I went, long story short, man, not long. Hey, let's make a short story long. Why not? You know what I mean? We got time here. We in the road. We're driving. I got plenty of time. I'm not going nowhere. Plus, I got my Diet Coke over here. We're gonna drink some Diet Coke. We're gonna have a good time. Storytelling time. All right, yeah. So I wanted to go pick my mother up, take her out to lunch, and pick her up in my new car. And first thing she says is, well, it was a Ford Mustang, obviously. Some people don't like Fords, and I understand why. Not gonna go there. Anyway, so she looks around. Yeah, I would never buy a Ford. So yeah, right. So you take, in a normal situation, of course I'm not normal by any stretch of the word or imagination, but you take a normal person, you put them in that situation, and then have that type of message being seeped into your brain pan, and what's gonna happen? Then we go, oh well, I guess I really, I mean I like it, and I'm not sure if she's really approving of it. Like maybe she likes it, but she just wouldn't buy a Ford. And so, it kind of like makes you go like, well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's all right, I guess. But me, being the smart ass that I am, replied thusly, and I looked at her square in the eye and I said, "You can't afford to buy anything. Now, what would you like to go for lunch?" I didn't say it quite like that, but I did say those words. So, anyway, you know, it's a funny thing. And she tried again for a second attempt, and she was like, it was in relation to one of my cousins. And she said, "Oh, you know who else has bought one of these? Your cousin. Yeah, she bought a Mustang too. Oh, she bought a Mustang too." And then along with that, she was talking about another one of my cousins. She always likes to compare the two of us when, you know, we're really not on the same level. It's like comparing, you know, moissanite to diamonds, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, moissanite is a laboratory-created diamond, which actually are kind of the same, but one of them is natural and the other one is made in the lab. Maybe I should say something like a moissanite, no, diamond next to a shiny rock. Yeah. Okay, cool. So anyways, so she proceeded to say about my other cousin, "Oh yeah, and you know what this cousin's doing? Oh well, she's buying houses, and she's gonna, you know," this is right before the real estate crash that we had here in Phoenix, Arizona, a long while ago. And so, you know, at that point in time, actually, you know, it's funny because I had a buttload of like wealthy people, friends of mine and acquaintances that I was just fortunate enough to know because of the place where I worked. It's like the top 1% of the wealth earners in America used to go there as like a social, athletic tennis club type kind of deal. And, you know, they all liked me because, you know, I was here, this jacked 20-year-old, you know, athlete, and, you know, they're like, "Hey, you're fucking cool, man. We like you. Make us be like you." And I was like, all right, you know, so I had a lot of cool friends, you know, a lot of cool connections, if you will. But yeah, so I had a lot of them that were into real estate, and I was always picking their brain, like, "Oh, how do you make money in real estate? How you do this? How you do that?" Because I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be a poor person working at the gym, health club, a small social club, golf course, tennis racket place for the rest of my life. I'd like to be financially successful at some point in time. And so they're, you know, "Yeah, man, let me show you up. I'm gonna get the hookups on this deed, and we're gonna do it, man. This is what the deal is." And they kind of gave me the skinny, and not just one person, but many people. They all had different views on how to become wealthy, and all of them were wealthy. But the overarching theme was still the same. So, anyway, going back to my cousin, and she's like, "Oh, well, she's buying houses. She's buying houses. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna buy these houses, and we're talking. She's buying houses retail from home manufacturers, the track home variety. And you know, I'm not a huge track home fanatic because track homes are they're just ugly hunks of crap. And you know, after you've had one for a year or two, they look like shit. Everything is falling apart. All the lines are wrong. Nothing. They're just super duper cheap, and they're just not worth the styrofoam that they were molded out of. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So she's telling me about this. "Oh yeah, well, she's gonna buy this home, and then in a couple of years, off the interest, she's gonna trade up to this home, and then blah 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 blah." And I'm like, it's stupid. That's dumb. Why would you do that? First of all, you're buying at a marked up value, and yeah, okay, maybe if the, you know, economy is doing well within real estate, you might be able to gain some interest enough to go get another loan to buy yourself a bigger fucking you know, house, which is, you know, not really gonna benefit you at all unless it's not putting money in your pocket unless you're renting out every available space in that home, which she wasn't doing, of course. And so I was like, yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. You're stupid. Why would you even tell me about that? You should be like telling me things not to do. Like, you should be like, "You know what this dumbass is doing? I mean, she's your cousin and I love her, but she's stupid because she's digging a hole. She's basically digging a gnarly grave, financially speaking, if you will." But yeah, so no, she was trying to, you know, basically again, trying to be like, "Oh, well, you know who's really awesome? And you're not? Yeah, that other person." As if you don't exist. I mean, me, as if I don't exist. And so people will do that to you in your life to try and bring you down, but you can't. You must rise against the machine. Just playing. But no, for real, seriously. Rise against it. Anyway, yeah, so there are a lot of things like that. For example, I do a lot of martial arts. Woo! And I've been doing them forever. I've always been interested in them. I mean, ever since I was like a little kid. And you know, I have a roommate, and he would, you know, he's a little jealous, envious, shrivelly little, you know, troll of a man. If you're watching, sorry, buddy, but it's true, and you know it is. So like he would do all the time is he would show me people on Facebook, you know how they have the little video thingies and whatnot, and he'd be like, hey, come here, check this out. Come here, check this out, man. Come check this out. And then I would get on there, and it'd be like people doing like some martial arts stuff, and I was like, yeah, okay, all right, cool, right on, man. Yeah, good. And anyways, yeah, they're cool, they're good, huh? Yeah, they're good, aren't they? They're good, yeah, they're good, yeah. And here I am, I'm like, of course, yeah, okay, they're all right, I guess, you know, they're all right. I mean, because I knew what he was doing, you know, and Two or Three Troll, they were okay. They weren't anything spectacular. But the thing that he's trying to say is, they're cool. You know, and you're right here, but they're cool. I mean, I could actually say you're cool because, you know, I've seen the shit that you do, and fuck, I could never do that in my wildest dreams. But these guys are cool. These guys are really cool, man. Yeah, they're cool. And I don't even see you. I don't even recognize that you have skill. That kind of shit. So, yeah. So he used to do all kinds of shit like that. Demeaning crap like that. He would, oftentimes, he would ask me some random off-the-wall question about martial arts and culture. And mind you, I'm not really so much into the culture of martial arts as I am the mechanics of it and, like, the physics behind them. You know, culture's cool, and I do like some of it, but, you know, when it comes down to it, I'm not going to kick somebody's ass with culture, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, hey, well, you know, in ancient China, they used to do this, and when they drank tea, they put their pinky up like that. No, I'm not going to do that, mate. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, stupid shit. You know, I like culture, I can appreciate it, it's good, but, you know, on the street, it ain't going to do you much good unless it's culture about how to keep your ass safe and keep your wallet in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? What alley not to go down, you know? Yeah, so that's that, and he would then, so he would ask the random off the wall question, and then I would be like, I don't know, man. Like, what? You don't know? You've been doing martial arts your whole life, and you don't know? Like, dude, I don't know fucking every question about every random fucking thing that you are gonna talk about. So, what do you think I am, Morty? A god? I'm just trying to make small talk. Just kidding. But yeah, you know, I mean, so, you know, but not only that though, this is just the way this person is. Like, he's, you know, a malignant narcissist, and he likes to bring people down and demean other people. It kind of makes him feel, you know, super special. Ed. But yeah, so, what was I? Well, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so, you know, for example, he used to be a server, and he's like big into wine. I don't think he's actually into wine, but he's into it for the show of it. Like, for example, you know, it's like seen as a classy thing, you know what I mean? Like bougie, and he is not bougie at all. He is like fucking thrift store unbougie, and you know what I mean? But, you know, it presents the high life, so, like, it's a way for him to be able to kind of like, oh, I'm so sophisticated, and I've got so much class, and I know everything there is to know about class. You know, he wants to be a sommelier, and here's the funny thing. When he says sommelier, he says sommelier. You dumb motherfucker. Where's the camera? Okay, you dumb motherfucker, it's sommelier. If you're gonna be something, you know, pronounce it right, or the real people are gonna look at you like, you dumb motherfucker. You don't know shit, dog. What you doing, man? Yo, what you doing, Stoey? You ain't got the right to be up there, man. I just don't even know. But yeah, for real, like, you know, so yeah, learn to pronounce the fucking word of what you're gonna do, you know? Like, if you're gonna be a physical therapist, you're not gonna say I'm gonna be a fiscal therapist, right? Anyway, yeah, so I corrected him on that. He tried to backpedal with, oh, well, you know, no, there's different ways you can pronounce it. There's different ways. You know, like, yeah, all right, if you're an idiot. Right. Oh, so, anyway. People like that just piss me off. You know what really grinds my gears? People that are jackasses. No, but, back to the story. So the waitress would come by and he'd ask some random off-the-wall question about what type of dirt the grapes were planted in and where they came from and what the winds were like in that region of the earth at that specific time. And so basically, when the waitress, like me, you know, and here's the thing, man, waiters and waitresses, they just doing a job, right? They's just doing a job, man. They's just trying to make sure you get your shit right in a timely fashion and they ain't like curly brown hair in it, you know? Because they want to make that dough so that they can pay off their student loans and shit. Or for their fourth baby from their baby daddy, because their baby daddy ain't taking care of their kid. So yeah, you know, I mean, they're just like, hey man, I'm just trying to do a job. And I'm being nice while talking to a dipshit who's being, you know, condescending and demeaning. And so, you know, they'll be like, you know, hey, you know, I'm really not too sure. I'm sorry. And he'll be like, you don't know. You don't know. This is your job. You know what I mean? And he'll get all indignant. And it's just, you know, bro, you need to calm that shit the fuck down, all right? Calm that shit the fuck down. But that's another way that, you know, he would do things like that. Similarly, I had another friend, you know, I used to talk about making investments with, because I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, and there's great opportunities for all kinds of investments if you happen to have the capital, which right now I don't. Unfortunately, but I will eventually, is in your investments. So one thing I've noticed that's really good around here is Airbnbs. Like, they're just going up all over the place. And they're never vacant. You know, everybody wants to come out here and party, you know, locally over the weekend. You know, it beats having to go to Vegas or, you know, some other crazy place where you have to drive and pack and make, you know, plans with friends. And I mean, not to say that Vegas isn't the shit. You know, you all know it is. It's all good. But, you know, hey, it's like, hey, if you want to do something locally, you just have fun and you don't want to fuck up your work schedule, just for a night or two over the weekend, you do that. Or if you're in from out of town, you have, you know, family getting married or whatnot. So Airbnbs, I was like, yeah, it's a really good investment. This is a different friend that I'm talking about. And he would say things like, oh, you know, I'm just not really into that. You know, I don't really care. You know, I'm just more happy about being comfortable. I just want to be comfortable. You know, I don't really want to, you know, be rich or blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I'm not even really talking about being rich. I'm just talking about making some passive income as an investment piece. But that's another way that people can kind of detract from you, is instead of, hey, you know what, that's a great idea, dude. I think, you know, you got to be careful because real estate's tricky, but dude, you know what, if you do your research and you really look into it and study it hard and you're willing to take that risk, dude, I say go for it. I mean, as long as you can manage that risk, you know, because to be honest, it's a lot of money. So, you know, just make sure you got a fallback, you know what I mean? Be safe. But hey, man, good for you, dude. That's fucking awesome. That's a pretty cool goal. You see the two different things. Like, one is kind of that, I'm at this place spiritually that's just above that. I don't need that, you know. And the other one's like, hey, bro, you know, that's not for me, but dude, go for it, man, go for it. So yeah, you know, those are the little things you got to look out for. Another thing you need to look out for is people who twist your words. Twister. They twist your words around, man. Fucked up shit. For example, okay, so I'm a performer, a professional performer, and I worked for a professional entertainment agency, and we were doing a show, and I had to have a specific size of shoes to match the outfit that everybody else was wearing and what I was wearing, so the choreographer, director, etc., her owner, bought a pair of shoes a while back that were the wrong size, and it was like, you know, it was just way too big. I don't know the size, because it was like a generic brand of shoe, I think, and the sizes, I guess, were just way different than what normal. I mean, I guess all shoes run differently, but this one was way off. We're like talking way off the deep end. So I was like swimming in a boat in those things, and I was like, oh, these are way too off, man. I guess, you know, the size of, you know, she's like, oh, but you said this size, and it was like a half a size, you know, higher. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, you know, normally it is this size, but, and she actually bought a half a size higher, and I was like, well, normally it is that size, but these are just huge, and I can't fit them, you know. So we're gonna make plans where I was just gonna go in and size them and buy them, and then that was gonna be fine. But she ultimately decided that she was gonna go and buy them herself and pick them up. And so, cutting to the chase, when it came, she bought the shoes. She's like, "Oh, here, I want you to try these on." And then I was like, "Okay, cool. What size are they?" And it was a half a size smaller than the size that was like gigantically too big. And I was like, "Oh, these aren't gonna fit." And she was like, "Well, I want you to just try them on and see." I'm like, "Okay, no problem. I'll try them on, but I'm just telling you right now, they're not gonna fit. The other ones were way too huge." And she was like, "Well, you know what? I went and I took the time to buy them, and you know, I just want you to try them on and make sure." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." She's like, "Why are you so opposed to trying them on?" I was like, or I can't actually remember what she said, but basically, I was just basically saying, "Well, you know, because I'm not an idiot, I understand. You know, this is just a half a size bigger, smaller than the other size, and those other sizes were huge, right?" And so she's like, "Oh. And I am an idiot? I am an idiot?" I was like, "I didn't say that you were an idiot. I'm just saying I'm not." You know what I mean? So I mean, that's a logical fallacy if you were to, like, you know, say that something that, if you were to like allude to something that actually had no information was given about that particular thing. Like if you say, "Well, the sky is blue," I'm not saying it's orange. Okay, so you know. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. But yeah, so she was like, "Oh, and I am an idiot." You know, and I was like, "Damn, no, I was just saying I'm not an idiot. I know shoe sizes." But I was like, "Hey, listen, I'll try them on for you to make you feel better, you know, because you went through the trouble to do it. I'm not saying that I'm not." So, and so she was all like indignant again. So I put them on, but I felt really, shitty inside. And I was like, "God damn, dude, why the fuck do I feel like this? This sucks." And I was pissed. I was like, "I don't want to be around this person." And so, I pulled her aside and I was like, "Hey, listen, you know what? If you got a problem with something, you pull me aside." And first of all, I think that was incredibly unnecessary. That was highly inappropriate and unprofessional. And, if you have like something you want to talk to me about, you just let me know, plain and simple, blah, blah, blah. I was only telling you that they're not going to fit because I'm trying to give you be honest with you, so we're not, disappointed. I'm giving you all the information. You're the boss, you're the fucking leader, so I'm presenting all the information to you straight up and straightforward, and she, "Oh yeah, okay, I understand, I'm sorry, blah 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 blah, oh I know, I'm sorry, yeah, I guess you're just not used to working with me," again, as if like that would be appropriate under any set of circumstances. And I apologize, listen, that's the boundary right there, that's my boundary. I'm sorry, you want me to work for you? And I was really doing her a favor. You want me to work for you? You got to be respectful, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with anything as long as you're respectful. And so she agreed, and she thought that she did agree to being out of line, and at the end though, she kind of backed up. "Oh, but you remember that one time when you blah 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 blah," and I had to again defend myself about something else. So it's like, it was like always that little one-upsmanship. But coming back to think of it, this person hired me because I'm an entertainer, and she knows that like a lot of the stuff that I do, like is like breakdancing and acrobatics. Sorry, I'm moving my hands. Acrobatic type kind of stuff, and just really athletic, cool shit like power moves. And so she would big me up on how good of a performer and a dancer and entertainer and how athletic I am to everybody. But then when she would put me in like the production numbers, she would have like, say, her ballet guy doing like pirouettes and leaps and rondagens and everything else, and she would have, "Okay, I just want you to kind of just walk out there and just do this, just kind of stand there a little bit and move around and walk back." And I'm like, okay. So then I did it. Right, and so, "Oh, I just want you to kind of improv here, but don't do anything big and athletic." So like, when the ballet guy would go out there, he'd be doing all these jumps and cool, powerful, like athletic movements. But then I was like, "Oh, cool, I get to improv right here." But then when I tried to do it, I'm just like doing some, no, don't do that. That's too much. It's not supposed to be athletic. It's not supposed to be athletic. This is not that kind of performance. And like, did you not just see what the other guy did? It was totally, athletic. What's going on over here? So yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, well, You know, so basically, what she's saying in that form is she's saying to you, this is what's going through her brain. I'm intimidated by your skill and by your performance level, and it's something that I really can't do because I'm not that strong, or I don't have that athletic quality about me. And so what she's trying to do is like, your skill and your talent is not valid here. What makes you awesome and unique about your skill set is not valid here with me, and I don't see the validity in it. And in fact, it's a negative thing to me, and so you're not going to do that. And I'm going to let this other person who has a different set of skills that is equally athletic do their thing, but I'm not going to let you do your thing. So, I got, and then there was this other thing where, I filmed a practice and we had signed contracts not to put anything on social media, any video on social media until after the performance because, we didn't want other teams to copy what we were doing. And so I filmed a little bit of our practice, but I waited until after the performance as per the agreement on the contract. And she texts me up later, like months later, and says, "Oh, I noticed that you blah 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 blah. Per our agreement, I'm going to need you to take it down because you had signed the contract stating that you wouldn't, that you're not to post any da 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 on social media." And I said, "No, this is what our contract said. We had to wait until after the performance. Blah 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 blah. If what you want is to have us not put anything on it, period, then we're going to have to draw up an entire new contract, read through it, agree to the terms, and then re-sign." And then she's like, "Yeah, okay, if that, if that's necessary, then I'll go ahead and draft up a new contract, blah, 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 blah." And then she went on to